video. I think it was my third video. My name's Achilles, and my work can be triggering for some people to watch. This is my journaling of me walking out of an abusive relationship where I was being exposed to narcissistic abuse. I call covert narcissistic behavior. I'm not a doctor and I cannot say that that person was. I definitely know that everyone displays these kinds of things multiple times in their life. Nothing is fixed, and this is not necessarily the best way to deal with a situation, but this is how I'm doing it, is journaling, because it keeps me accountable. By principle of, well, I put it out there and I gotta hold my word. I am incredibly codependent. In habit, in bad habit, in good habit, I'm not. I'm old enough to have experienced both ends of the spectrum. And I'm slowly returning to it. If you can watch from the beginning of these videos to now, you might notice that. What I've got is a situation, as I referred to earlier, that's going to be similar, I think, believed to my third video, which was emotional flashback related stuff. And if you're interested in understanding what an emotional flashback is, I can only recommend going directly to Richard Grandin's stuff. I don't know if I'm legally allowed to say that on the YouTube channel, but I'm saying it anyways because this guy's really provided a lot of amazing information and structure and healing in a very short period of time for me. But I have to do the work, and I'm committed to it. Around the corner, I'm about to walk up to a place. The whistle is very distracting, borderline comedic. I'm about to walk around the corner to a place that was one of the most paramount places for the last 4 years I've been in this city of New Orleans. And I loved so much about that place, good and bad. Things happen. The attachment experience that's occurring with me being on the street is pretty minimal right now. The emotional flashback potential is pretty high, which I'm starting to feel right now, and it's going to create some mixed feelings, strong feelings. It might create no feelings. I don't know. And I'm going to try to just expose my experience and see what happens. I'm going to leave the place unnamed for the sake of, just liability and stuff like that. Whole street. Yeah, maybe just keep it this point this way. Yeah, that's fine. So I've created an experience that's safe. Nobody's around. I'm not going to bump into anybody. I did this intentionally. I want to be able to have the experience under control, because the emotional flashbacks that I deal with that are extremely challenging for me, where I'm start nosediving and going into depression or any of the other emotions or overreacting. They're usually in situations, what makes them dysfunctional is the situation that they're being inflamed by. And these flashbacks come from a pre-existing condition of CPTSD from trauma before, and then this relationship had trauma experiences for us, myself and her included. And these trauma experiences, they leave a mark. And the marks, they get left inside of me. I'm walking this way because I'm feeling so many memories. They're all good. I'm at peace right now. I had closure. I don't want to go back to that world at all. Like, I'm done. Not interested. I figured I might have some sort of I thought I would feel an attachment to her. I gotta go this way.
Yeah.
Come with me. Attachment to my ex and feeling loss. Like the last one. Grief, attachment, it's not there. I got some closure yesterday, finally. It was really, really nice. Came in multiple steps, but that was probably one of the most paramount ones. funny. None of the feelings I'm feeling are related to the relationship. That makes me really happy. And the other feelings aren't strong enough. They're just life, man. They're just life. The inflamed, yeah, redirected at me. I don't want. Well, I can wear it out, I guess. Whatever. That place was great. The people were great. I don't want to piss anybody off by leaving. I love that place. I did its part in my life. It fed us. It gave us a community. It gave me so many experiences that were just fucking never existed before. You know? I'm actually finding myself being grateful for so much that I was exposed to through all of that. It wasn't all bad, you know? That's why we stay, I guess, in a lot of ways. My hope, I guess, is right now is just for me not to have a flashback like that. In my first divorce, it was 525 days, I think it was, that I cried every fucking night. I went to work. I was working in the oil fields, and I was angry, just angry. And that anger was a response to like just hurting, grief. Grief is natural, and it's not going to go on your terms, and it's going to show up when you don't want it to. And I'm sure I'm going to break down and have spazzes again and just be like, fuck. And because of the way I look biologically, and because I used to be a scrapper, and because I'm very direct, people are intimidated by it when I get upset. Yeah. Strong emotions are upsetting. Remember when it snowed here in New Orleans? That was fucking amazing. Man, that fucking houses were gold. There's no heat. Albeit there's some stuff precipitating in my personal life regarding legal stuff. Let's go down the water. That used to be everywhere in this city, and then COVID hit. Yeah, I mean, you could walk anywhere and start dancing, or anywhere and play music. March 13th. I used to say it was my birthday gift from hell. My birthday's on the 10th. Yeah, 13th. That was quite the day. There was a ceremony on that day. Not drawing parallels or anything. Anybody wanted to point fingers at COVID? Inside joke. Nobody didn't like hearing that one. I'm just happy. There's legal stuff going on right now, and I'm getting threats. And I stirred the pot a little bit too much. I just needed closure, and it didn't seem to be, all my elaborate letters didn't seem to have any response. And my world got stirred up, and I needed healing and disconnection so I can go and start dealing with my other stuff. The other stuff is me, living my life. I thought that was going to be it. Let's just sit here. The streets of New Orleans, man, beautiful. The people here, there's no law. There is a law. It's be nice or leave. Being nice ain't enough sometimes. Because life is not nice to people. This year's been quite sobering for New Orleans. Literally and figuratively. For all of us. The people that make this city what it is are still living life as usual. Making adjustments and surviving. And being being loving to each other. Choosing love. The city taught me how to be happy. Taught me to be grateful on levels I didn't before. It also taught me how to just be peaceful and show up calmer and to expect good in people. That's a fucking really good feeling, considering the incredibly agonizing person I used to be even fucking 6 years ago. In America, North America, the lines are getting bled all together, and I feel blessed that I got to spend this time here. I'm not leaving yet, that I know of, but I gotta give thanks. I do. Here, I'll turn this off. I gotta give thanks because the only thing it seems that we're ever able to grow from, and we have to overcome, like we have to, man. I have to fucking be able to make this work. You know, in an earlier video I said I got to the point where I was getting suicidal. And I used to deal with depression and suicidal thoughts on a almost hourly, daily basis through different cycles of my life. My life was very much like this, and it still is very up and down. But my internal environment is way better, and therefore I'm able to show up, and how to bring that outward is improving my life. I was able to choose to be happy even in turmoil in our relationship. My relationship with my ex, my relationship with New Orleans. Shit would happen. The shit would hit the fan. It's never gonna stop hitting the fan. Never. The shit will hit the fan. Fan and shit, they go together. So how I cope with it, how you cope with it, how I cope with it is what matters to me. It's my character. That's how I define my character. Is my ability to still have a fucking hope and be like, all right, fuck, here we are. And then I force myself to physically have a smile and see the humor in that. Right, okay, this is a learning opportunity. And that's really hard to say when you're just like, fuck. You know? And now I smirk. This was the hardest curveball I got thrown. That was a lot to take on. Just to catch y'all up. COVID. 2 evictions, well, 1 eviction, couldn't find a house, then I finally found a house, had to do a GoFundMe. Not gonna go into any more details about some really fucked up personal shit that was going on in the relationship. Then having to walk away from a relationship to get space, and then find out that there's no place to walk back to. A door being closed on that. And then both dogs being gone, and then me finally recovering one, and now I have my best friend with me. And the whole time, and then of course the community shunning, and of course my display of all of this online is not recommended. It's uncomfortable. What the fuck do I expect people to not be? Hey man, how you doing? You're clearly fucked up, Achilles. You're hurting, and we didn't want to know this much. Yeah, feel free to delete me, and I understand. Although some of you, I'd fucking be there for your darkest hour, bro. Well, it got pretty fucking dark, boys, and I've made it out without you, so. A lot of things were said. I can forgive anybody. Trust is hard to rebuild. I got to do a lot of that with myself, because I let myself down, and that's what this comes down to, this whole thing. I betrayed me the most out of everybody. I betrayed me because I did not make a decision. I betrayed me because I was too afraid of loss. I betrayed me because I wanted to feel good, and then I sought value disproportionately in a single individual that I should have had inside of myself. I betrayed me by believing that there should be anything inside of me at the center of who I am other than genuine self. And deviations, subtle manipulations, grief, avoidance of pain, the taste of something that feels real, even a vow so sacred, all of these things permitted to sneak into me, into my life, so that I can continue on leaning on something that was misplaced, incorrect, wrong, chosen by me daily, hourly. Now, that's me letting me down, man. That's me fucking lying to myself. That's me losing trust in myself. Not only that, but I convinced myself that somebody else's opinion of whether or not I knew what right and wrong was. They said, no, you don't. I was like, all right. We kept going, and then two sides of me, I got divided. If one part of me makes a decision I'm not comfortable with, and one part of me is still holding on to something that's true inside of myself, that creates a division. Man, that can be really fucking hard to fucking navigate. So I did remove myself from the situation, and I got naked. Stood in the middle of the street, basically, in the middle of fucking Mardi Gras, butt naked, and regressed to the emotional child. That's not fucking comfortable for anybody. I am not sorry. I do regret that I let things escalate to the point in my personal life where I permitted myself to be in an environment that was extremely destructive for me first. And therefore, by default, would be unfitting for anybody else that I loved. I'm not accounting for anything on that person's behavior from here. None of that. That's me. I betrayed me. I'm done betraying me. And in order for me to be done betraying me, it's not saying these fucking words here. It's me doing this kind of shit. And then looking at this tomorrow, maybe tonight. And I gotta look at it and be honest with myself. Where am I even lying in this fucking video? Where am I manipulating something? What am I not seeing? And I plug in the information that I don't know about. Somebody that is informed. And that ain't me. I'm smart. I'm sharp. I'm malleable. I'm willing. I got a contrite heart. But something in me wasn't still, wasn't calm, wasn't at peace, because I was divided. I was divided. I can't be divided. I can't. Something out there and something in me wants me to live. That's Johnny Bang. And that brings tears to my eyes, man. That brings hope. That's all I got is hope, and I keep pushing. I got another tomorrow. I'm safe with me. Now, so thank you for the closure. Thank you for letting me talk about all this stuff. And I'm sorry I hurt you, every one of you, for being this vulnerable. I wish it wasn't this kind of world, for being this ugly. It's uncomfortable, you know that. I'm sorry for the people that don't hear this. They can't go through this process, haven't watched the videos, haven't seen my posts. I'm sorry for the ones that should hear that and see that. And I hope that they do one day. Maybe it's 1, 2, maybe it's 20, maybe it's 1,000, maybe it's 10,000. I don't know. I can't control that. I couldn't control the relationship. I can't control my friends. I can't control fuck all. I can't control the cop that's driving down that street right now. But one thing I do know is I ain't gonna waste this brain, this heart that is full of good, not taking action like this and trying to be as bold as possible, because I really fucking care, man. I really am disappointed in myself, and I really wanted something different, and I want tomorrow to be better than yesterday. Love you.